What's that smell?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Family Bathroom. It's been a little bit since you guys seen us last, but we're back with more hilarity and ridiculousness. So welcome. Thanks for coming back and tuning in.
Well, you know, if this is the first time that you're going to be looking at this episode, some of you might be 30s, you know. This might be your first podcast.
30s?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Nerdy 30s. And anyway, I'm Brett, and this is Matt, and that's Mark, even though he didn't introduce himself, you know. But anyway,
I never do.
Big Mark's too cool to introduce himself.
Like
he knew that we would take care of that for him. You know what I mean?
like
Put him over like a big
I'm
dog.
too cool for school.
he just walks in like, my darling.
So what's new with you guys? What's going on in y'all's worlds?
Mainly just working, man. You know what everybody else does around here, you know, getting ready for the holidays and stuff. So, you know, my line of business, it's all about gimme, and you better, you know, bring me my package.
Kind of reminds me of the Britney Spears song from back in the day. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No,
Give me more.
that's a
Big Ryan always says, give me less. Yeah, you guys don't know about y'all don't. I mean, I'm guessing that a lot of people out there are gonna.
I'm a fair weather
they're gonna
fan
be
at
with
best.
me on this, so that hurts, man.
I'm a fair weather fan at best. I only
After
know the
hit me
hits.
maybe one more time,
I mean,
didn't know much more.
I thought that
Britney.
I thought that we all kind of, you know, listened to the same music back in the day. I guess I was wrong. Guess it's just
you
me.
know.
So
No,
that's
JT
great.
was
That's
the way to be. Outside
know.
that,
I sort of feel like you guys are fronting.
I wonder what the process was
Fronting
for
like,
frosting JT's hair back in
Pharrell?
the day.
No.
I kind of feel like you both know that song and then just decided that you were gonna throw shade on me and not say anything about it. You probably listened to it before we started, like before I got here. You guys probably listened to that. We're bumping it.
I wouldn't intentionally throw you under the bus like that, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about that.
You don't know? I mean, honestly, man, like I don't know that much Britney Spears songs other than like what I saw on TV. In fact, I couldn't even say the lyrics to most of them because I wasn't even paying attention to the song. You know.
That's fair. That is true.
I mean, you know, you see one red
I know
jumpsuit,
Slave.
you're like, I don't know the end, whatever this is.
The music video to Toxic put me through puberty. So that is true. So she's dressed
Toxic
up
and
like
Slave for You.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
flight
And
attendant.
hit me, baby, one more time. That's all I got. Man.
Yeah, that's I'm a 3-hitter right there. You know, just
A three-hitter quitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
three-hitter. You were hitting that thing 3 times, and then you were done for the day.
Goodness gracious. Hey, we're getting off subject, getting off kilter.
Why is this DVD so worn out?
They had music videos on DVDs back then.
There's like you know, in like old video games, like especially in the PS2, like if you paused it and went to school or something like that, and came back, the game, like the laser burned a hole right where it's at, so it's stuck. I wonder if the DVD is just like, I don't know what happened. It just goes to the baby one more time video, then it stops.
That might have happened to my Swordfish DVD back in the day when I had Halle Berry with her titties out. Man.
Oh, dude.
I probably paused that
Or
about
your
200
your dad
times.
found out you
Yeah.
were watching his porn because it always fucked up at the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
My dad was a G about that kind of stuff, though. He wouldn't have minded that. I don't think he would have been very
Here,
forgiving.
son.
You know?
Congratulations, son! You got your first.
You made it to man.
Yeah, you're gonna be a man.
You're gonna be a man.
Now clean up
someday.
this tube sock.
Bow. You'll be a man soon.
Goodness
Anyway.
gracious.
What you been up to, Mark?
Not a whole lot, you know. Working, you know, striving, surviving, good
Yeah.
times, you know.
Striving and
Mark's
surviving.
writing a country music song over there.
You don't know the theme to Good Times, bro?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the next line actually, so I don't fucking remember the line.
You don't
like
even know.
myself.
I felt like you were.
happy we're made or some shit like that. I don't fucking remember.
Who's the one that's still alive? Like, isn't it the son? From Good Times, it was the the Dynamite guy. What's his name?
Dynamite.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Oh, and for those listening, we actually got a special guest behind the scenes today. This is Spencer.
Howdy.
Yeah. He's been doing our sound audio, so if you hear anybody in the background, we're not talking to ourselves. I mean, there's somebody there. most of the time we are though. So
I
yeah.
was about to say, I don't know,
Keeping
man.
those levels tight and doing
do
this
that.
right.
I do that on the
Levels
rig. I
tight,
talk to
doing
myself
this
on the
right.
rig.
Just went on a whole darn Cornelius fucking like something's got into Mark. I think he's being possessed by an old pimp or something. But yeah.
Are you guys ready for the soul train? Fuck, what did he say? I forget what he said. What's that little line dance they used to do on Soul Train back in the day?
I don't know. I mean, like I've seen the dance, but I don't know what it's called.
Choo choo.
It's a train, bro.
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. It all runs together for me, man. All this,
Yeah, I don't
all
remember
the
much.
The Soul Train, like
Like,
Soul Train to
early
me.
'90s.
What happened to
dance
the Soul Train Awards? Like that just disappeared, actually.
Well, I think it would like turn into the. I don't know, because like
Or did that turn into the BET Awards, or did that turn
Maybe.
into?
That would make sense. I guess
I don't
they
know.
kind of would be a hand-in-hand marriage.
Is Don Cornelius
Soul
still
Train.
alive? Actually,
No, I think I think Don Cornelius is dead. No, don't come after me, but I don't know. So,
I have to do a quick
I-
Google search on
well, I just remember them honoring the dude from Good Times, and being like,
Googling
oh,
for you. No,
Saying
that's a reference to one
Yeah.
of our favorite podcasts. Actually.
but
Shout out to Tom Segura and Christina. P.
Oh, like they're watching, dude.
they're not watching.
He did.
Oh, he is dead.
Oh,
Spencer
yeah,
says he is
that dude,
dead.
that guy
Thank you,
died.
Spencer.
2012.
That guy died. Yeah.
That guy died.
So Don Cornelius is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's been dead, but I didn't know about this. Oh, what's it? Is it Eddie?
Oh, don't
from
act
Good
like you
Times,
just
or-
knew he was dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I mean,
you were
I-
just as like out of it as we were. We were just
No,
like,
no, I knew
kind
that.
of died. I think he almost died. Yeah, he might
No,
be
no,
dead.
he was kind of older
He showed
when he
up
did.
dead.
I mean, he was kind of dead. I
Well, I
thought.
mean, even when he was doing Soul Train, he was kind of just like, yeah, it's Soul Train. Let's get it over with,
Like he's after like 200 episodes, he's probably pretty over it.
Yeah, he doesn't have that Bob Barker.
If I have to see the
enthusiasm,
same
you
five
know?
dances down this goddamn line,
What a y'all get to dancing now.
Tosh, you were actually telling me something before we started that Snoop Dogg apparently has bought Def Jam.
Well, I don't know if he
didn't that.
bought it or he just runs it. Yeah, I was watching.
Or he's
that.
like the face of it now, I guess. or-
Yeah,
he's got his
I guess.
hands.
He
in
was on
everything.
Rogan talking about it like a few months ago or something. Like, I just happened to look it up because I was looking at random reels on YouTube, and he's like, "Yeah, I run Def Jam now." And he brought him in like an OG Snoop Dogg shirt and a jacket from Def Jam, and I'm like, "You lucky motherfucker."
Snoop is a straight up businessman.
he's a straight up G though.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, he's one of those guys that just jumps on anything.
Certified pimp, bro.
Yeah.
I actually, when we, with the wrestling stuff, I was doing WrestleMania in 2010, and it was at the Georgia Dome. The Rock was the host, and
Wasn't Don
Snoop
the
Dogg.
Magic Wand and Snoop there? Or some
Yeah,
shit?
Snoop was
Yeah.
he was like a special guest, and I had a friend. Shout out to Lonnie Kealoha. I know he's probably definitely not watching, but Lonnie, if you are, I'd love that. But Lonnie, he was a big fan of Snoop, of course, so he ran up to him, he and I, and he says, "Snoop, man, I got all your albums. Like I've listened to everything you've done. Like basically like I love you, Snoop." And he said, "Oh, thanks, young player. I got to go get my mind right." And then he went and got in a limo and like smoked out the limo. He just like left and went and smoked weed, which is like such a Snoop Dogg move. I wish I could have went with him.
Yeah.
But
Only Snoop Dogg could be like smoking a blunt and hand it to a police officer, and he's just like, I guess I'll take it.
I mean, that's to be expected from Snoop. So, yeah, you
Yeah.
have to just kind of let him have a free pass.
Well, it's just amazing how like a lot of those characters, like you were even talking about before the podcast about what did you say, like Martha Stewart had a CBD kind of like drink, you know?
Yeah, she released a CBD sparkling water.
Yeah, sparkling waters. Yeah.
I love that. Martha is always like stays ahead of the times.
Getting on that
she's
weed train, man.
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah, the cooking show with Snoop.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right. She
it was
did.
great.
Yeah.
It was super great.
so good. Yeah.
Man, you got it. You made it when you're like, I'm making Bake Alaska with Snoop's dog.
we're gonna smoke out in the green room.
We went out to the gazebo earlier, and he pulled out a backwood and started loading that shit up.
Martha's a lot more gangster than anyone would have ever guessed.
Well,
I mean,
she-
she went to prison. She's
yeah,
got some
yeah.
street cred to her.
I mean, really, I'm
I
not
would
trying
want
to
to
hate
cross
on
her
her,
on the
but
fucking line, bro.
yeah. I mean, but who was gonna be like, all right, man, this Martha chick's been rubbing me the wrong way. We're gonna get her in the shower,
She's got that shank ready, bro.
Dude.
She fashioned that stuff out
All
of like
right,
a
guys. Now
toothbrush.
we're gonna
and
make some. We're gonna make some pot pie for you guys. And also, I'm gonna shank this bitch over here to the right that's been talking shit.
On today's episode, we're making prison pizza. Grab your packet of ramen noodles and
Why
lay
is
them.
why is she British?
I don't know.
Yeah, she took on a straight up
On
accent.
today's episode, I don't know.
That's fucking true.
Is that fucking what's the chick that used to got super famous from doing like cooking shows and shit?
Oh, Julia Child.
Yeah, Julia Childs.
Hello.
What about Mark's like wannabe baby mama? What was her name?
Oh, you talking about Rachel?
Oh, Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray. Mark had the biggest crush on Rachel Ray of
Dude,
anybody
half
who's
of
ever had a
America
crush on
I used to
Rachel
have
Ray.
her whole fucking cookware set.
Super in love.
I was just hoping she was gonna notice I bought it all, and she was gonna be like, "I see you, Mark.
She's
Go ahead and go
you
and load me up with that monster man sperm.
Yeah.
Good
Let's have all
Lord.
those babies."
That's how it is.
Man sperm.
Is that how you thought you were gonna get in? You're just gonna give her an anchor baby? You know, like I'm in your life now. That's how fucking Kevin Featherline got in. He's just like, ha ha, I got you, bitch.
Hey,
Pay me child
Kevin
support.
came out smelling like a rose. I know we talked about that once before. I mean, Kevin,
Yeah.
I'm impressed, man. Got in, got to have his fun, and then he ended up getting out like scot-free and getting all that Britney Spears money and stuff. I mean, Kevin really played it all right.
I mean, he
Props
didn't.
to him.
It's like I'm hanging up my dancing
What,
shoes.
is there like an all-star team of like deadbeat dad? Well, no, he's not technically a deadbeat dad,
Yeah,
but
I think
like,
he's a decent dad.
is there an all-star team of like secondhand dads? Like,
secondhand dads?
yeah,
Like secondhand lions? It's like secondhand dads.
like the I think we've had this conversation before, but the all-star team of like serial killers and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like if there was like a basketball all-star team.
Well, you know, there's
like it power forward.
Are we
like,
talking about like Dale Gribble kind of people? Or are we talking about like John Redcorn, Dale Gribble kind of people? You know, because if that's not,
Matt remembers this conversation though. I remember we used to talk about with Big Ryan.
Oh,
like,
dude, I mean,
forever back in the day.
I
like-
know that Big Ryan. I think he had Jeffrey Dahmer at the like power forward or something. 'Cause, I mean, he's kind of big, and I mean, obviously, when he needs to be, he's pretty aggressive. Could probably get a lot of rebounds and stuff. And then I think Ted Bundy was at the point because I mean, obviously, you know, he was pretty cunning and probably could lead the show pretty well. Maybe put John Wayne Gacy at like the center spot because I mean he's bulky. He could at least block out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
D somebody up. Pretty slow. You know, obviously.
Where'd you get that clown outfit again?
Yeah, I mean, he could be a good mascot. I mean, obviously the mascot would probably be a clown, I guess. But so we need somebody at like the small forward, and we also need somebody at shooting guard. So I mean, let's think on
Yeah.
that, I guess, for a second.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, anyway, Matt, what have you been up to, man?
I mean, now that you guys got me thinking about it, I really want to fill out my team, but I guess I could think on it for a little while. And,
We could start a
You know.
fantasy football, like fantasy
I mean,
basketball
Fantasy
league.
serial killer
I feel
freaking
like I got
basketball
off-
league.
I got off to a halfway decent
future.
start there. I just don't. I mean, thankfully, I guess it's probably not. You know, it's.
Well,
good
you could
thing
add
that
the
I don't-
Golden State Killer in there now because they found him through like a.
I mean, just because he
23
has
and-
Golden State in his name doesn't mean he can rain threes like.
I mean,
Steph
plus he's
Curry,
like-
you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, he's like 70 something now. You know how they've caught him? They caught him through like DNA testing through 23andMe and stuff like that.
good grief.
That's how they caught him. They fucking like his nephew was like, I'm gonna find out my family tree. So they did, and then they found his DNA. Like the police, what they don't tell you is anytime you get that stuff done, it goes into a database. Even though
shit.
you say that you want it destroyed, they're supposed to. But the United States government could actually keep that, and that's what they do. So now they're solving all these cases through all these ancestry things. That's what happened with the son, with the killer. His nephew or somebody was looking through his family history, and they kind of popped up there, the DNA, and they pretty much just like traced it back to the old man, and that's how
That's
they caught him.
unbelievable. I mean, it's
Crazy shit.
that nephew definitely got more than he bargained for in his family tree.
Yeah.
Opened up a whole big old can of worms for
Well,
himself.
you know what that means, guys? You know what
Jeez.
that means? You can't do nothing no more.
That's true.
Not unless you want to
I
I
already
know for a
that,
fact that some of my family members have
yeah.
done that stuff, so I can't do nothing now.
I was
You
about
know?
to say that.
Can't murder someone in the murder woods out in Arkansas anymore. You know,
I
gotta
definitely
give up that life.
I've had a few uncles that were pretty off the rails, and one of them is the one that was like the most crazy is gone. So Uncle Ricky, a shout out to Uncle Rick. I would say like, you know, word up, but it might be word down because Uncle Rick, I remember.
Angel Bert's like, that's not how it works, man.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know about. He's like, I haven't met Uncle Ricky up here. He's not. We haven't seen him, but he was. It was my 7th birthday, and I was with my father. We were celebrating my birthday. Went to my grandma Skinner's house, and my Uncle Rick gave me this giant pocket knife. Like we're talking like a blade that's probably like 6-7 inches, and it was
6-7
a weird.
inches,
Obviously,
you say? No, I'm joking.
yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. But I mean, a pretty weird gift for like a 7-year-old. So my dad took it, of course, and just like threw it in a drawer. And was like, "Hey, I'll give this to you when you're older." Mm-hmm. Well, 2 weeks later, my Uncle Jeffrey, he says, "Hey, man, Matt saved my life. Like his being born saved my life because apparently my Uncle Ricky was taking a shit." And Uncle Jeff kicks the door open and starts beating him up, like while he's on the toilet, like got him at his most vulnerable. And Uncle Ricky apparently
Bam Margera'd him.
He reached for his knife, and then he remembered that he had given it to me because he was gonna gut him. I guess he was gonna kill my Uncle Jeff. So, my being born prolonged Uncle Jeff's life. He's still here. Just got out of prison. Shout out to Uncle Jeff. And so yeah, we need to get back together, Uncle Jeff. We need to have like a family reunion or something.
Well, hopefully he doesn't come in on me in the bathroom, man.
Uncle Jeff, he showed up at my house the other day, man. Like maybe 2 months ago or so. I had this guy. I've been throwing like trash away in these dumpsters where they're like building some of the new houses in my neighborhood. I've just been like chunking all my trash in there. So I'm not doing it anymore, so I feel like I could probably get away with saying that. So, but
like the trash police going to show up with their badges and be like, "You're under arrest."
Because like they'll go through that stuff, like fine you. So, but I get this knock on the door, and I look through the window, and there's like this guy kind of looks like Mexican, and I think like, oh, I'm gonna have to like tell this guy to fuck off or whatever about because I thought he was here to like get on to me about the trash. I was about to have to like defend myself, but I opened the door, and I realized like. He does look a little Hispanic, but he looks like my dad. And I was like, oh, my God, it's my Uncle Jeff. So he came in, and we played NCAA 08 March Madness basketball on PlayStation 3.
One of the best games for a fucking...
I swear.
Post-prison activities, I'm going to go play some basketball with the boy.
I mean, I went from just having like a normal day playing my game to like all of a sudden being there with my just out of prison
Uncle Jeff, you want some
Jeff.
Cheez-Its?
But hey, seriously, I went on a 30-point run and ended up like blowing some team out. It's like it was the best game I ever played on that, man.
Gave you some good luck,
I needed it. I needed an Uncle Jeff like boost of momentum.
Yeah.
To just straight up
to
roll
break up
somebody.
the monotony of the game,
Thanks for beating me, Matt. Now I'm gonna kill your ass.
Stab you in the bathroom.
Hey, Uncle Jeff
I used to
is
like
a lot
you,
of things.
boy, but
I don't think
now it's time to
He
go
finds
down.
the knife in your bedroom.
I've been looking for that. This knife I gave you for years now. It's come full circle.
I love my Uncle Jeff. I trust Uncle Jeff with my life, man. Like if I ever got into some real like serious shit, that Uncle Jeff is the kind of guy you want on your side. You know what I mean? Like I remember one story. He worked at this like work site and he was laying bricks. He was like a bricklayer, and he got into an argument with these. It's like a Mexican crew, and he kind of looks Hispanic, so they're trying to speak Spanish to him. And he got mad. He said, "Hey, I ain't no GD in Mexican. I can't speak Spanish." Like, so he gets frustrated with him. He gets into a fight with one of the guys, and they beat the shit out of him, like 3 of them. So beat him down pretty bad, So he leaves, and he comes back with a baseball bat, and he gets out, and they take it from him, just beat the shit out of him again. But my dad said he went back like 3 times, just kept getting his ass kicked. So, I mean, that sort of persistence, I mean, geez, I love that.
I love how that it is like the first time didn't take. I'm like, well, if I keep bringing things.
That's how they're gonna start hiring people in the future now. It's like, I like your persistence. You
like
got your
your
ass beat
persistence.
3 times. Let's go.
Yeah,
we're gonna hire your ass.
Yeah. If you come back to this interview 3 times, you're hired.
If at first you don't succeed, show up with the baseball bat and try again.
Yeah.
And then he just got kind of rolled up. But,
Get that reverse slugger going on,
It did not go well.
Hey,
to their credit, though, they didn't use the bat on him at the very least, though. They actually
they just took it from him like he's a
from him and,
child.
like, tossed it to the side and beat him
They just
up.
Rick James him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
at least they didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I guess. It's the moral of the story.
But yeah. How's your wife healing up?
Oh man, I mean, my entire last week or so has just been playing like Mr. Mom, and my wife, to her credit, is like the toughest woman on earth. Women are, I always say, a lot tougher than men because she had her gallbladder removed, and this isn't her first surgery. She's been there and done it a few times, and always like I'm trying to like keep her in bed, not let her go and do stuff because she's like already wanting to be up and like cleaning and doing this and that. And I had my appendix out, which was like, I mean, hell, it was like a month. I thought I was dying, and it's basically the exact same surgery, like a keyhole laparoscopic surgery.
Man.
But it's, she's healing up. It's had me running ragged. I'm actually pretty tired from like doing all the baths for the kids and cooking all the meals and trying to make her stay in bed, which is, she's not a very good patient, so she'll like take her pain medicine and then like feel like she can do anything, like try to get out of bed and cook dinner or something. I have to shut that down. But it's been crazy. I mean, having surgery is I've only had one, thankfully, and it was pretty bunk. I hope I never have to do it again. And
yeah.
I know that you actually had a similar surgery to what Haley had.
Yeah,
so.
man. And the crazy part about it was, like I'd let it go like way longer than it should have. I had my gallbladder removed as well, and what happened was, I started getting this pain, like I don't know, like 3 days before I went into surgery, or I had to go. And I was like, I'm fine. I show up to work like, they're even looking at me like I'm pale and I'm sweating. And my body's like, I'm fine. Pretty much.
You're being way too tough for your own good.
Like that meme with the dog in the kitchen and it's on fire. Like, I'm fine. This is fine. Anyway, it gets to the point where I just, my brain's like, hospital. And I'm just like, oh no, if I'm gonna I'll go to the ER. It's probably gonna end up being nothing they can do. Well, anyway, I go to the ER at one night and kind of drive myself there. So I'm like, because I don't want to bother anybody. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to go to sleep. And I finally just drive myself over to the emergency room. Have to wait 6 hours or so.
That's ridiculous.
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I got there. I checked in and everything, and I'm dealing with this pain. I'm hunched over, man. I cannot sit down. I cannot stand up. It's one of those where you just wish you could just float sideways, and just everything would be okay.
That's awful.
But I'm laying down and I'm laying on the benches and stuff like that, and I'm in such pain. And finally, they see me around like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck.
And they're like, well, we're going to run some whatever. We're going to do a CT scan. And they do the other one where they do the chemical. You have to take it for x-rays.
Oh, yeah.
So they did my stomach and my sides and stuff like that. And I remember just waiting there, kind of being like, telling my bosses, like, yeah, I'm in the hospital, the emergency room. And they're like, okay, well, keep us updated. And the doctor comes back and there's like, yep. Your gallbladder's got to come out. You have a gallstone the size of a silver dollar that's ruptured your gallbladder, and it's infected. And so we're gonna have to get you in the emergency surgery. And if you would have waited any longer, you would have been dead.
Oh my god!
So they take me into surgery and they look at it and they're like, "Holy cow! This is the biggest gallstone that I've ever seen." And I'm like, "Oh god, of course."
You're like, of course. Yeah.
Of course, it's medically they're taking pictures of it. They're gonna have it published in a magazine, because it's infected on one side, and they're like, "Well, you're lucky because you could have got sepsis and died."
Bro.
So I was just imagining like Mark finding me dead somewhere. He's just like, crap.
Like, I swear, I felt like I heard like dude like moaning in his sleep or some shit that night before you went up there. Like
I was moaning,
I was
and I was not
like,
asleep.
Like, and I was like, did I just hear a ghost? What's going on? I'm kind of scared. And then like I was like, oh, it's just, and we both lived in this house out in like Little Rock, the Bueller house off Fair Park, and this motherfucker was legit haunted.
Yeah, it hated
So
Mark.
I thought it was like, I think it was pretty racist. Ghost.
It was a racist ghost for sure, man.
For sure.
I mean that house had some history in it, but I'm like,
So I had my share with ghosts, and I was like, nah, dude, you can't come for me. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Don't bother me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want any ghosts around here. And then I wake up and like Brett's nowhere to be found. I was like, bro, you good? And he's like, I'm in a hospital. I was like,
oh yeah, I'd called him. I had to call everybody, because they were gonna rush me into surgery, and you call, text people, and kind of being like in your immediate, like, if anything happens to me, this is where my body is.
Good Lord.
You got to.
Maybe it was the ghost who caused it. Maybe you got like a curse. I think I feel like Mark's been watching a lot of Scooby Doo. He's like ghost. Like he's running, but he's just not moving anywhere.
Dude, I just remember.
Like I can't even imitate the sound they do when they
I
run.
wanted to, but I didn't know how to go
I
about
can
it.
give you a moment that happened in the hospital. Like literally, I laugh about it now. But okay, if you guys have ever had surgery, they make you count.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, down until that
Yep.
they put that anesthesia on, the good stuff. Because they gave me some painkillers for like this, till I was ready for surgery. So they gave me some Vicodin it was morphine. They gave me morphine, like the straight morphine. And everybody talks about morphine like it's so good. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Like I can't talk.
Fiend.
Anyway, but I was just like, because after several days of pain, like for a week, to finally get that just one little release of like, you're good now.
That's big time. Yeah.
And then they
That
take me up to
release,
surgery.
like, is it like the release like when you're taking that perfect dump and you're like,
Kind of like that.
or when you get you blow that perfect load and you're like,
Oh my
or
God.
is this like a different
He's taking it weird. He got weird, super weird.
But
And then he went from taking a dump to jacking off. Jesus. What is going on?
I'm gonna just continue to sip my nog while you continue to tell the story.
All right.
Season's greetings, by the way.
Dude needs to lay off the nog.
Dude's sitting there nogging out
Get all
over there.
knocked out. Yeah.
Evan Williams, if you want to send more holiday eggnog.
Hey, hand that down here. Let me get a little drink of that nog. Let me try
That
that.
little Santa sauce, little nog.
Someone's been a bad boy for Christmas time. No.
Sounding pretty agnostic right now.
That's actually pretty easy to drink. I should
I almost
probably
spit
not.
on my nog.
I need to make sure that stays down there before I get weird in here.
Yeah.
Let's get weird. Oh, I thought we were
Oh
channeling
shit!
something weird.
Matt went full Pennsylvania Dutch.
All our friends that actually, people that know about that great workaholic show know about that.
Such a great show, underrated.
No,
show.
but let me finish what I was going to say about that. What happened was like when they counted down, I'm like, they're like, just count down. Then all of a sudden I just counted down and I'm like, this is not going to work. I'm going to end up like getting carved into, like alive during surgery. That's my biggest fear.
Oh.
Like one of them besides dying, of course.
Big time.
But no, I just went out like a light, and I didn't have any dreams, and nothing happened during the surgery. But I do remember waking up, and the worst part about it was, I'd woken up so severe. I didn't do one of those like that you see in movies where everybody's like, "Oh, I'm awake." No, I shot straight up. I shot straight up, upwards, and scared the living shit out of that fucking nurse in there. Like she almost fell over the cart, dude. She's like ran back there because what she did was she came and opened that little little curtain area where they keep you at for surgery, and she fucking scared the shit out of me. So I'm a light sleeper, even under like fucking heavy anesthesia, like it was wearing off. So, she comes in, rustles some shit. I'm all of a sudden I shoot up like a damn mummy, like
you hit her with that the Undertaker.
Give her a fucking tombstone and for real though. And I scared the shit out of her. She just like I just shoot up and she's like, fucking just almost falls back over her cart thing, and I'm like, oh. And I just go back to sleep. I fall.
I thought Toast was gonna say he popped up and choke slammed a bitch.
I just open my eyes and just.
Your eyes roll back in your head.
You gave her the fucking what was the fucking movie you used to do off the top rope?
What is it? The move I did.
No, yeah. The move that Undertaker used to do.
Oh, I was about to say.
Where you
I thought
walk
you were
the top
saying
rope.
the move that I stole from the Hurricane. That was old school. He called it old school.
Yeah, old school. Yeah. I'm tripping.
Like where he put the armbar on and then climb up and walk the ropes. That's, for a dude that's like 6'10", that's pretty incredible to be able to do that. I'd bust my hand.
Not for real though.
Walking on tight ropes and shit.
Walking on.
It did help to have
he probably trained Robin back in the day, didn't he?
To a giant man, that does help, but still, yeah. You think he trained Robin?
Train Robin.
That's some weird stuff that he. Why did Batman go with the Boy Wonder? I want to know more about that.
Because
Find me a boy.
well, if
He
you
must
go,
know gymnastics.
I don't know. Apparently, what happens is Tommy Lee Jones kills your parents, and then Batman's like, well, you know, you can always come home with me, and that's not, you know, like that's not weird.
You just said it. You can
That
always come on
sounds
with
super
me.
weird. Yeah, like
You
Toastman
can go
sound-
home with me.
Like,
I know your whole family's dead, but you know, you can come live in this mansion with me and
You
just
can
do
come
weird
see
shit.
my fancy motorcycles. I got them in the garage.
it
You
definitely
can pick any
is
one you want.
giving off some serious
Actually,
weird vibes.
I'm not gonna
there.
give you a cool costume. You're gonna have this red and yellow and you know,
Yeah.
your little weird tight suit.
Yeah, you got to wear these little green shorts. You know what I
And
mean?
these elf shoes. You know? The original, like the
I want you to
comic.
be limber.
I mean, in that picture behind you, I mean, he's got some pretty sketchy
Look at
shoes
those-
up there.
Look at those little green shorts, man. I mean, Batman gets to wear like a full length suit.
Yeah.
He's got Dude and Daisy Dukes out there. That is weird. I mean, what are we doing?
Before I don't know, man, but we remember we were talking about before the podcast started. We're talking about, you know, Batman. They always show him get beat up, you know, and his suit's all ripped up. Well, we know the facts, man. If that thing's so
Pour
skin
some
tight,
more
you
out
could
for the
see it.
homies.
Oh yeah. You know the facts that like fabrics is pretty much once that costume rips, the whole thing's gonna run. I mean, it's gonna be like pantyhose all over them, you know,
Yeah,
like
if you're
yoga
working
pants.
with that tight of a spandex.
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
you could see
it's-
like the ridgings underneath somebody's abs or something like that, you know, that shit's gotta be like.
one little hole, and that thing's coming pretty much all the way.
I mean,
off. Yeah, your
yeah.
whole wings.
Why
falling out
did
of it.
Batman get a full mask and Robin just got that little fucking like bitch ass?
They
mask
did some
across
weird
his
stuff
eyes,
to him, bro?
No,
That
dude,
seems-
I'm pretty sure he was brought to a lot of rich
I
parties.
mean, look at that picture. Even
Epstein
like,
quality parties.
Look how Batman's staring into his eyes in that picture. I mean,
You
they're
doing
like,
all right on that rope, Robin?
like he's looking back at him like he's pretty locked into what he's doing.
I love the way you swing on that rope there, boy.
It kind of looks like he's
I'm
criticizing.
gonna
him.
truly show you how to swing.
Like, it kind of feels like Robin's like, "Am I doing it all right?" And he's like,
Well,
"Nah."
you
man,
know,
I
in
don't
the
about that
Adam West show, they just had them both just slide down stripper bowls,
shit." Yeah, bro.
like into the basement. Somehow they got dressed in that tube, you know. Like, I wonder what that apparatus was like. Like, look, there's like magic trolls that just dress us as we fall down, and like that makes no sense.
Batman's like, "I'm gonna go first, Robin, so I can look up the pole when you're coming down."
Yeah, I like Batman. I mean, I like Batman just as much as everybody else does, but like fucking, the only thing I couldn't stand about the '66 show is like, yeah, we're gonna hide the bat cycle behind this bush out in the middle of nowhere. Like, no one just randomly comes upon this bush and be like, what's in there? Oh, it's a fucking bat motorcycle.
What the hell?
It's like,
Can we also answer the question like, how was it was it Wonder Woman that had the fucking invisible fucking
yeah, the jet, yeah.
Yeah. How the fuck did she find it?
That's some cheap ass shit right there. Like, you know what we can do? Let's make it invisible, so we don't have to. We
Yeah.
don't have to make it.
Imagination.
I know they didn't have fucking like sensors so you could sense where your fucking your car is like you can
Yeah.
nowadays.
Dude, you know, a couple times she's like walked right into it and hit her face against the, the side of it or something, you know.
It's like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, man.
Yeah, the
They
invisible
can never
boatmobile.
find the invisible boatmobile.
Yeah,
Barnacle Boy always getting burnt by the exhaust. Poor bastard.
you know, always asking for a bigger sandwich than he can handle.
Yeah, I mean, a Krabby Patty Jr. is.
No, I
That's-
don't think I'm going to be able to finish it all. I'm
That's
like,
probably
you
about
the
all.
whole episode. We're talking about wanting that big ass sandwich.
He just wants the respect that comes along with the bigger sandwich. Is
Is
all
that what it is?
Yeah,
No, you got to eat the big sandwich to earn the big sandwich. You got to,
That's-
you know.
that's pretty. You're
You know.
drawing a hard line, and I respect
I
it.
hope that we're just talking about SpongeBob in like a chill fashion and not like some weird off the wall.
Why do you got to make things weird about it?
I mean,
We've been making this whole thing
grow
weird.
up, dude. Grow up. I mean, if you can't talk about SpongeBob in a respectable manner, then you need to just take off your headset. You know what I mean?
You need to hang up your podcast.
I think Touched by an Angel starts in a few minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't want you to miss it.
yeah.
Mr. Serious Pants over there. Criticizer.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Rude.
Mark, what's up in the entertainment world, man? What you got for us this time?
Shit, man, I don't know, man.
I don't know, bro. I'm not in the entertainment industry over here.
Just, I think there's some cool stuff going on, but nothing too major.
Nothing too major.
Actually, something that actually has been boggling my mind. Have you guys heard about the stuff going on with Liam Neeson?
Well, I know he's got a really big dick, so
I have heard, yeah, I've heard that. I have heard that.
He's got a super duper big.
And I've
there's
also
actually a
heard he had
website called
really-
liamneesonscock.com, and it has a bunch of facts about his dick on there.
Wait, that's not real.
Yeah, liamneesonscock.com.
Shut up.
Yeah,
I think
that's real.
right. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good,
No,
man.
Toes and
We're
I-
excited. I'm excited that you're into that. You know, all the dumb shit that I talk about. Someone's like chimes in like, "That's real." I'm like, "Yeah."
I heard that Brett and Mark have that bookmarked on their.
It's in my Google Chrome.
The whole time he's like, "This should be my website."
I'm jealous.
I'm jealous.
He got that.
Anyway,
But no, like, have you
So,
guys
I
heard
mean-
about the shit going on with like the multiple photos and shit with Liam Neeson peeing himself?
I mean, what do you mean he's peeing himself?
I mean,
Like
Just
he's
like you can Google search right now, Liam Neeson pees himself, and there's 15, maybe maybe not 15, but there's a
what are we
good majority amount of photos
are we talking? Oh,
where
there's
he's just out in public and he's like he's
paparazzi
a
photos.
couple of them, he's just got a little dribble. A couple of them, like full on, like down the leg, fucking in your shoes, fucking like.
is he? Do you think he's
hardcore
having
business?
like bladder control problems?
I mean,
or,
I don't,
like-
he is Irish, so I
mean,
don't
or
know.
should
Like,
he-
what is it? What's
I don't
going
think that-
on?
I don't
Is he
think
just
that-
getting trashed and like just like?
yeah, I was about to say maybe he's
you
pissed
know?
drunk and he's peeing on. Well,
Like, is it in continuity? Is it like like what's what's going on?
I mean, I
Is it? What
There's
is
a
it?
lot of them. Like, multiple.
Like,
there's a lot of. I mean,
so what is he?
Why
doing?
is no one talking about this?
The Reddit says Liam Neeson pees his pants so much.
I didn't know that was that's a problem with him. I mean,
that's weird,
he
bro.
he reels out the old fire hose, can't reel it back up. And just
I mean, I kind of like Mark's theory though. He's Irish. Maybe he's getting pissed drunk and peeing
Yeah,
on folks.
but like if when you're out in public like that, are you just Liam Neeson and don't care, or like just hoping nobody notices?
I got a big dick. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna piss myself. I don't give a fuck.
He's like, I don't think I spilled water.
I
or something.
think-
It's fine. Yeah. He's like, sorry, one of my mates spilled the beer on me at the bar there. My
Yeah.
bad. I know it looks weird, but
you gotta either respect or kind of just like sit there and wonder why maybe. I mean, if I was Liam Neeson, I'd be kind of like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't just like drink that much all the time. And but I don't know. Does he even live in America still? Or is he over there in Ireland? Are these Irish people coming up to me and like, hey, Liam Neeson, I'm Liam Neeson's pee stain?
like it's just known in the village. Like nobody says anything about it.
Lads, let's go over to the pub let's pop into the pub and get shit faced.
Like it's just common knowledge. They're like, oh, and there's Liam with his piss stains.
Yeah.
Like they're all
He
totally
lives
cool.
in New York now.
Oh, it's weird.
So he's
Yeah,
going
just-
around the whole Big
I mean,
Apple, like
he fits
pissing
in
everywhere.
good over there. Though he fits in. There's probably a lot of people in New York pissing themselves. You know
Yeah,
what I
people
mean?
in bus stations.
Yeah,
and
bro.
living-
I mean, maybe not.
Well, like he fits in there though.
Maybe he wants to be a man of the people. So he's like, hey, he's like, I saw a dude on First Avenue pissing his pants. So I mean, I'm gonna.
This
make
is how
him-
you Americans do things. Okay,
And I mean, it probably is hard to find a public bathroom in New York.
I mean,
you know what
these people got to be catching him
I'm
like
gonna
coming out.
find you and I'm gonna piss myself.
So okay. I don't know much, but I'm gonna find, and when I find you, I'm gonna pee myself.
They got me. I mean, so let me. Have you guys ever been so pissed drunk that you peed your pants?
Never actually. I don't think I have. No.
I mean,
I don't. think
There's
that's
been
very
close
common.
times. There's been close times,
Yeah.
but I don't think I actually pissed myself. Like pissed myself drunk.
like there's been a couple times, but that's only because I was so fucking faded that I was like, like gone. Like I should have died from alcohol poisoning, but
I've had some sketchy pee moments when I'm drunk. but Like I peed on the desk at the hotel. And I peed all over my wallet.
You
and
peed
then,
all over Brett once.
And then I.
My 18th birthday, you got like the golden shower. You want to tell the story, Matt?
Well, I mean, I don't.
Or actually, Brett knows more
I
than we
don't
know.
remember what happened. I mean, but I was accused of peeing on Brett apparently.
Accused.
Yeah.
No, dude. Like we got like shitty drunk. I know this, and we like crashed on the bed because there's a hotel. Back then, you could kind of get away with like fucking up hotel rooms, a little bit. But no, I remember waking up and Boyce was on his fucking knees, like fucking peeing on me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, and I hit him in the nuts, and he just goes, ugh. And I gotta dress, he stops whizzing on me, and then I gotta I kind of dress him up a little bit, to put him back, and then I'm fucking like getting up and like fucking cussing and changing my clothes. And fucking, who wakes up? Was it you? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I remember waking up the next morning and Brett's not wearing any pants.
Yeah.
And I said, bro, like we're all like three dudes like pretty much crashing in the same spot. I'm like, bro, where's your pants? And he goes, well, you fucking pissed on me last night. And I said, oh, okay, sorry about that. Like, no problem.
Yeah. Then the years later, when I hear about the fucking pissing on the desk at the fucking hotel, I'm like, that's, ladies and gentlemen, is a pattern.
I woke up. That was obviously I don't remember a lot about that night either. But I woke up and my former manager Bert.
R.I.P.
He had all my stuff laid out, and I said, "What are you doing?" Like going through my wallet, and he said, "Oh, well, you peed on the desk, and you peed all over your wallet or whatever." So I'm just trying to dry it out, and then I kept that wallet for like 2 years because it was a Toomey. You know what I mean? It was a Toomey. My brother got it for me. It was a Toomey. That was the nicest wallet I'd ever had. It was probably like a $150 wallet. I don't own fancy stuff. I don't get to have fancy stuff very often, so I just like washed it up as best I could and kept it for like.
I bought this Rolex and I pissed all over it. It's
hey,
inside
man.
the dial.
Oh, you wouldn't keep a PP Rolex? Don't lie. Don't lie.
A PX?
I think you would keep that. Yeah, you'd keep that PX.
So you keep that PX.
Don't lie
out of
about
respect,
that. Come on, bro. Don't act like you're above it. I peed in the ice bucket at the hotel too. He filled it up. So whatever you got to do.
Yeah, man.
But at least I didn't pee myself though. That's the moral of the story. I still had maybe I peed on the desk and maybe I peed on Brett, but I had the presence of mind to still get it out and pee. I didn't pee it myself. You know what I mean?
I still had the presence of mind to present the wank and then use the wank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it could have been worse. It could have been
speaking
worse.
of gifts, man. Man, the countdown to Christmas has begun, dude. And I hate this because you gotta like buy gifts for everybody and stuff, and it's always, it's always hectic.
It's always such bullshit,
man. And you feel like the list in your head is like kind of short, but at the same time you still. You feel like the list gets bigger, like the price tags are bigger,
Massive.
I want an iPad. You don't have a fucking iPad.
You know what I had when I was a kid? Etch-a-Sketch. Use that. They're like, that's a lame gift.
Use your imagination. Yeah, make some stairs.
Here's some hoop stick. You know what I never forget? I remember asking about that as a kid. I'm like, Mom, what is that? Oh, that was called hoop stick. I mean, what do they do with it? Well, they push the hoop down the street with a stick. I'm like, that's... Sounds terrible.
What? I mean, what were you accomplishing with that? Yeah,
man.
Like, what's the second level to that? You just push it up a hill or something, or you got to chase it downhill.
I feel like the toys are getting more and more crazy nowadays. Like, here's this whole entire dinosaur. We reanimated it from fucking some DNA from a fucking a mosquito. So.
Did you just
enjoy having fun with that?
Did you just cross-reference Fly and drag Jurassic Park?
I was about to say, he just did the plot to Jurassic Park.
And the Fly, man. Like, I can't believe dude was like, yeah, I'm going to just get in this machine, and there's a fly in there. Now I'm half fly and falling apart.
Why were chicks so infatuated with dude? Like,
I don't know. It's Jeff Goldblum. They're infatuated with him now, and he's like 85.
Like freaking daddy vibes, and all like, I want some of those daddy vibes.
Like he talks about his wife with such voraciousness. I'm like, I kind of want to get in on that. I mean,
And I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Obviously, not.
I mean,
Seinfeld reference. I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, kids' toys are getting pretty crazy because I looked at when you got kids, especially, I got a 9-year-old, so you start seeing the stuff around that's like it's this and it's a unicorn and you pet it and you poke it with a carrot and it freaking starts interacting, and, here's a texting photo taking watch for your kid, you know, because they're trying to emulate us, you know, obviously with everything.
Check
and
out this Tamagotchi.
And dude, I don't know who the hell ever came up with these blind bag surprise things.
Oh my god!
My kid, like,
Everywhere.
for the last 3 years, has been like, LOL doll this, blah 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 that. And there's like wrappers everywhere, all this plastic and stuff. What for accessories? I'm like, just put it in the box like they did with the Barbies back in the day, you know. But no, it's blind bag. It's like, oh look, it's a teacup with a flower on it. Oh, I found it in the box, you know.
Bro. And then, I mean, my kids, we have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, 6-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy. And the disappointment from the blind bags, like, they'll buy, like, okay, we're going to get the Paw Patrol. And, like, we won't know what figure it is. And then you just get, like, 3 Rubbles. And he's just freaking, like, throwing them and, like, pissed off and mad about it forever.
He's like
holds a grudge about it, too. He's like, we're never buying those again. And I'm like, well, that's the mystery of it. It's like, you don't know what's in it.
Those blind bag things.
Yeah, they want a different one every time.
Well,
and it's not possible.
YouTube has pretty much made it where all, you know, anything that comes from YouTube gets turned into a toy. And they used to do all those toy reviews, like they got that Ryan toy reviewer, like that little kid makes so much money.
Kid is so rich.
They have it. He has his own.
He has his own toys now on Target.
He was
on
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He was on actually the one of the parade floats for the show was that little super character
Yep.
he
No.
does. Yeah,
was,
he's made it to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
What the fuck?
What is that called? That's called he's
Red Hurricane or something.
no,
like
it's Red Titan. He's
Red
Red
Titan, yeah.
Oh, we got Red Titan figures at my house, bro.
man, yeah. I
They're
mean,
everywhere.
dude. That kid has made that and JoJo Siwa.
Oh,
well,
my
now she's an adult, but back then though, she was making so much money on bows and like I remember because them $6 bows I used to get from Walmart for my kid. I'm like, that's a lot of money for a bow, you know, for something you're gonna forget about in like 3 months or 2 weeks or a day, you know. But those kids made so much money, like off of YouTube, and it was all like, and like, you know, their parents are like loaded from it, obviously, you know.
The three of you, let's play Price is Right here, and I want you guys to all take a guess at Ryan from Ryan's World net worth.
Oh, it has to be like what, like probably like it'd be close to $1 billion. Let's say 900 million.
No,
That's high. That's high. That's high.
I want to say 2.5 mil.
You think so?
I'm gonna go with 1.7 mil.
Mark, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. You're the closest without going over. It's $32 million.
Shit.
$32 million.
Dude. Holy crap, dude! What would you?
What's he gonna do the rest of his life? He's just got all he has to do now
Wait,
is just
what's
chill,
his parents gonna do
bro.
till
no
he
joke.
turns 18?
Yep.
They're gonna screech all that money, dude. Probably. I mean, that's what happened to
you. Though?
Yeah, that's kind of. I don't know. I'd kind of put a little bit, but not to the point where like Screech got.
Look,
You know.
take $1 million.
No, yeah. I mean, if I'm your manager / parent, yeah, I'm gonna take me a little bit of vacation money.
Let's be real.
I birthed you, motherfucker.
You came out of my balls. That means you're gonna.
You made me macaroni necklaces.
without me.
You didn't make them for yourself, goddammit.
I mean, they're definitely. I mean, they've created a little cash cow, bro. I mean,
And
that's,
they know
I mean,
it too. It's the
almost
same
makes
thing with the
you
Doug the Pug
feel
people. You know, the
bad,
people with their
you know?
animals. You know?
I mean, is anything the kid does in his childhood like actually, I mean,
wow,
is
yeah.
it not tainted or something? Like everything he does is probably on camera.
Dude, he's
you know?
probably
It's
like
not
Prince Joffrey at home. Probably like he probably like wields that like toy little fucking what do they call those things? Scepter.
They send him shit
Yeah,
for free.
it's like Toys R Us.
You
Is
know
like,
they do.
yeah, he's probably not even interested in toys anymore. He's probably burning dogs in his backyard just to feel alive.
He's like telling
What
us,
was the kid from Toy Story? What was his name?
Sid, yeah.
Yeah, Sid. He's fucking sitting it up.
Dude, you know, because kids like that end up like really messed up because they're all like super famous and have. I mean, I wouldn't recognize him on the street. Obviously, I'm not his demographic. you
dude,
know?
I would recognize most. I see him like every day
You
of my
scare
life.
him?
I see Ryan every day. Like Ryan, I mean, he wears the pants at the house, right? He's probably telling his dad, he's like, "Hey, Dad, like, go get a job, Dad, if you don't like it." You know what I mean?
He just beats his parents.
They're like, "Okay, Ryan, it's time to go to bed," and he's like, "Nope." Y'all go to bed.
I'm gonna stay up and watch Letterman.
He's like, I'm gonna stay up and watch I Love Lucy reruns. You go to bed. They're like, okay, good night.
Hey,
We'll
Dad,
see you
can I watch
tomorrow.
Letterkenny?
He's got his own
I don't
line.
give a fuck what you think. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
He's freaking watching. He's like drinking Capri Sun and Scotch glasses and shit.
Wait, who bought the TV, Dad?
Yeah. Who bought this?
Are you
That new
enjoying
Toyota Camry you're driving. Who the fuck bought it, motherfucker?
You enjoying that new TV, Dad, that I bought you?
You like that Tesla Plaid that we drive to set every day?
Goodness gracious.
You like that? Well, that all came from me. All me. Both of you. Time out.
Yeah, putting him in time. I put him in the corner.
Yeah.
Nobody puts
And I don't
Bryan
want to
in
see
the
any
corner.
more siblings. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. I'm the only child that matters.
He
around
does. He
here.
has two like little siblings now, like little twin girls, and they're
Really?
they're doing the videos too, man. They brought they brought them right in and like immediately had them like co-starring on the thing. You know, like they're like 3 years old. Can't even.
They just bred of a bunch of media
Yeah, they were
moguls,
like, hey,
pretty much. They're like, retirement's gonna be cool.
let's make a couple more of these
Yeah.
YouTube influencers. Make some
And you notice
serious
that though
cash.
too. There's a
Triple
lot
that.
with YouTube culture. There's like families now in the last like 6 years. There's like the Brants or whatever. My kid watches that stuff. Like there's like, and there are always these weird blonde people. Where are these weird blonde people coming from? Because there's like the Brants and there's these other
Well, you know where that came from.
yeah. Where?
I'm sure they got blue eyes too. No,
Why you gotta make it about an arrogant thing? I'm blonde haired and blue eyed, and I'm not.
But it just
I'm
seems
not
like
pushing any Nazi.
Illuminati confirmed.
I'm not pushing any agendas over here.
yeah, but there's like several families that make a lot of money, like the Ninja Kids. You guys ever heard of these kids? My daughter, they're like a Ninja Warrior kids. You know, like they train and do these like gymnastics and whatever. But it's all the siblings are all together. There's like there's 3 boys and 1 girl, and their parents are like, yeah, we're just gonna make content, not have real jobs anymore. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But at one point, like, because they got their own merch now and everything, and that's what the thing to do with these families is, get on YouTube, do a bunch of stuff, get our own merch line, and then they're just like making money like as the sun's shining. So
I mean, it's amazing to see how my kids have been influenced by
Yeah.
it, because like my daughter, and we would never put any of that stuff online. Obviously, like my family means a lot more to me than money. I wouldn't exploit my kids for money.
Absolutely
But
not.
she'll I'll hear her in there. She's like, "What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel." Like she does, she cuts like
Mine
little
too.
promos on the iPad. Like it's full of
Yeah.
it's amazing.
100%.
like when you were kids, like when we were kids, we never dreamed that like you could actually do stuff like this on the internet. And, and you see kids nowadays like this is the norm. Like this is the norm that we go to now. Is like YouTube is TV now.
Yeah,
That's it.
TikTok too, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's true.
Well, I would say TikTok's like
Well,
a
I mean,
fun-
in the short range, but like,
YouTube
definitely
it literally
TV.
is their TV.
I watch more YouTube than I watch anything else, which is
It's
fucking
same.
crazy. You
It
never
is.
thought
It's
that.
like
shit.
we turn into old people. We're just sitting there watching YouTube videos and
YouTube car videos, YouTube like food shit, YouTube
Yeah.
fucking like, hey, this guy just blew up a
Entertainment.
fucking truck.
and if
You're
you're
all paying for YouTube though?
well,
Who does? Who does?
no,
Raise your hand.
I don't pay for it personally.
Nobody pays for it. Come on.
I actually pay for YouTube Red.
Shut up.
But this is the thing. If you buy YouTube Red, you get Google Play or actually YouTube Music for free.
Quit
And it's
giving
vice
the-
versa. So
quit
if you do
giving
one or
them
the
ad
other, you get
space.
both.
He's trying to condone it.
So
They're trying to condone it.
I get full range of any music I want to listen to, but I also
No.
get no ads on YouTube.
No,
And at that
sir.
point, I can watch all the YouTube I
It's
want with no
almost
fucking
worth it.
ads.
Well,
So I mean, it kind
almost
of works
worth
out,
it.
and
I'm
it's only
totally
$10 a
fine with-
month.
I
So,
feel completely fine with
Well,
my
thanks for the
15
free
second
YouTube
videos. That doesn't
commercial
bother me
for
at
him. I
all.
mean-
Yeah.
Well, no, fuck YouTube. But check it.
No,
Hey,
no,
don't
no,
demonetize
no,
us.
no,
Yeah, I was
Don't
gonna say,
demonetize us.
hey, I love YouTube, and I'm hoping that maybe YouTube
I would
will.
suck YouTube's dick if they asked me.
Absolutely.
Well, he's gonna give you some of that YouTube.
Demonetized after the dick sucking thing.
I'll even
No,
reach.
check it.
I'll even do the little reach around to the balls, man. If
Yeah.
if YouTube tells me to, you know what I mean?
The
Because
powers that
I mean,
be.
YouTube is amazing.
The Fine brothers show up at your door. We've heard you've been talking about YouTube.
You want to scrap, nigga?
You want to scrap? Get out this yard. No, man, but it's just amazing how like this format has become like a multi-billion-dollar industry of entertainment.
It's crazy, dude.
You know, and it's like a
Social media in general.
well, you know,
too.
cable
It's
is
crazy.
going. That's why all these streaming services exist now because everybody got tired of paying for cable, and they were like, "Fine, okay." And now we all have the streaming services, and then we got YouTube Red and all that stuff. Like I'm on a family plan on with a few of my family members, so I'm spoiled on no commercials on YouTube.
Oh,
so
so you fucking, you know.
I wasn't trying to give you nothing about it.
It's
It was
kinda
this
getting
guy.
Brett's kind of getting a little bit of a rub there, you know, where
Yeah.
he's kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of get that
son
too,
of
you
a
know. But
bitch.
I mean, I
Well,
don't mind
I just
it. I don't mind
Hypocritical
the-
son of a bitch.
Well, how many? They started putting like 6 or 7 in one video. I mean, you're sitting there trying to watch YouTube, and they're like, here's this ninja slicer thing with you know with the you know. You just get tired of it every 5 seconds. Like, can I just watch this video in peace?
Hey
Like,
guys, ever want to have your dick, you know, just be amazing? Check out Blue Chew.
Blue Chew.
You want to have the best dick you've ever had in your life?
You can listen to
Give your man some Blue Chew. No, I'm
yeah,
joking.
you can take some Blue Chew and listen to some boner jams on your Raycons.
I mean,
Get some-
you know, sometimes,
Drink some of your
Affiliate marketing though,
Yeah.
it's fucking genius as fuck, dude. It's crazy.
yeah. You need to take better care of yourself. Try some of the what is it, Ultimate Greens or something like that, or yeah, it's like some kind of like you just pour it into a glass of water and it has all your nutrition for the day. Pretty much is like powdered V8.
I've been thinking about buying Kachiva, which is like I keep seeing the commercials for that. on
Athletic
YouTube.
Greens is
And
what
they've-
it's called,
They've
yeah.
completely gotten into my head about the Kachiva, and it's like that's all the nutrients you need, and you just get it all in one time. And I'm like, well, that does sound kind of good. Never bought anything on YouTube, but they're
You know what I could
not
never
for
get
lack
into
of them trying.
health craze wise. I could never get into kombucha. I mean, they say yeah, kombucha juice is like it's like a root that they ferment, and it's supposed to have like alcohol in it a little bit, but it's like
Well, I hear ayahuasca is supposed to be good for you, right?
well, that's good for
No, I'm
exploring.
joking.
If you want to see
We're
what
going on an adventure. No. Zor, chill the fuck out. No.
yeah, you're gonna end up in the mountains up in the hills, you know, hanging out and you know, trying to find the inner lining of the universe. I'm gonna go smoke this DMT and you know, eat the stars. You know,
Listen to some Beatles albums, you know.
Whoa. Wait just a second. Stop the show. It's shameless plug time. Matt Boyce here, repping my wholesale business, Boyce Co. That's BOYCECO on Facebook. It's Boyce Co. If you're looking for anything new items, furniture, baby products, baby cribs, you name it, we pretty much have had it. That's Boyce Co. And you're paying used prices for new items. And who doesn't want that when you're right in the middle of all this inflation? It's hitting me right in my wallet, I know that. So that is BOYCECO, Boyce Co. on Facebook. Back to the show.
sorry about that, guys. We had to take a little break, little bathroom break, little family bathroom
I
break.
feel like a new human. I really do.
Yeah.
I feel like a new man. I was in there
Did you?
like pissed like a racehorse. I was
Did
dying.
you? Did you fill up the? Did you fill up the jug?
I thought about peeing on the desk. I mean, because we were talking about all that stuff. I thought, man, I could have peed on the, I could have peed up just right here on the desk. But I didn't know if you guys
Speaking
would.
of peeing on things,
Didn't know
that
if y'all would be into it.
did you guys hear about that? That what was it? Brass Against the Machine or whatever is it?
Oh, Brass Against, yeah.
Brass Against, yeah.
Sophia, what's her fucking name? I can't think of her last name. It's something that rhymes with the urethra or urine.
Yuri, is it?
Oh, Big Mark's buzzing over here.
Buzz.
What is it?
Urea.
Urea. Okay. That's-
Urea. And she peed on a dude's face.
Yeah, she peed on like she's just whole. If you guys have never seen the video, you should look it up. But this lady's just like he just lays down and she pulls everything down and he's just laying there looking up at
squats over his face.
and just gave him a whole face full of piss and she just like pulls her pants up like it ain't nothing happened, and she's like, security, get him out of here. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna pee in his face and then tell him to get the hell
Yeah,
out?
the audacity. The
Yeah.
audacity to take a piss in somebody's face and then kick him up out of the show. I mean, he paid good money, and then, he didn't really think she was probably going to pee on him, but I mean...
I don't know. He seemed kind of into it, bro.
I like that it was a perfect storm. You know, like he wanted her to pee on him, and then she needed to pee really bad.
I mean, that's gonna be like nobody could top that at a party ever. He's like, you know that band Brass Against? Yeah, well, the lead singer, she peed on me.
She peed on my face.
Like on
she R. Kelly'd me.
Okay, well she R. Kelly'd me.
He had some in his mouth. He spit it on the crowd, bro.
Oh, I'm good.
Drip,
I'm
drip,
good.
drip. Pee on you.
Yeah. I'm never washing my beard or these clothes ever again. I think you should.
I think it probably goes without saying, and I shouldn't even ask this because I'm sure the answer is no, but is there any musical artist or artist that you're so into that you would let them piss on your face? Because
I don't know. She is pretty
I like
hot,
Barry
but I don't know
Manilow.
if I'd let her pee on me.
Yeah, I'm not down with that at all, dude.
How did that go down with R. Kelly? It's just like, yo, I'm R. Kelly.
He was doing
What's
some
up?
terrible stuff. I think
he was doing that with underage girls.
Yeah, with like
though,
taking advantage of probably people that are.
Yeah,
you know, I mean that's bad. It's terrible. It's pedophile.
You know, that's what's crazy about it. When you saw the interviews, like they were
talk about being trapped in the closet.
And then he pulled out his gun. No, but that's pretty weird.
That's my cousin. Yeah. What was that video he did where him was like he was talking about like him and him and another guy. He was singing the dialogue of the song of the video.
Oh, that's Trapped in the Closet.
Is that is? Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought I'd seen it before, but
and then South Park did the parody, which that's my favorite. Like Tom Cruise tries to
get out of
talk
the closet,
and Tom Cruise is stuck in the closet. He's like, "Oh, it's actually pretty nice in here." That's a show that's really stood the test of time, right? South Park.
Oh yeah, they had their
never change.
Actually, Simpsons.
Actually, you know,
absolutely.
If you saw the newest one they have on Paramount Plus, it's them as adults now.
Oh no way!
Yes, it's post-COVID. Like they're supposedly, like in a future where and apparently like Cartman's Jewish now. And,
oh my gosh!
You know, like it's crazy.
He really had a lot against.
Yeah,
he did some.
Kyle. Kyle. Like Kyle's like mad during the whole thing. Like you're just fucking with me, you know. Like, and he's really Jewish.
He wasn't buying it. Had Cartman slimmed up? Was he slim?
No.
Same. Yeah, I gotta watch that. I got Paramount Plus, man.
Yeah, I saw it the other day. It's pretty good.
I've got every streaming. I shouldn't have been bagging on Mark about paying for YouTube because we literally have like every streaming service known to freaking.
I think if you put all our streaming services together, it's one cable bill.
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
Like we haven't stopped paying cable prices. We've just added more.
It's like, I cut the cord. Everybody's so self-righteous about it, but they're paying like 19 streaming services for the same price.
19 streaming services. You're pretty broke. Yeah.
Well, maybe we should market to some people, like actually just be like, hey, we offer all the services in one. For $49.99 you can.
But how are we going to offer all the services in one? It's like none of those services are our services.
For the low price of $75 a month, you can have everything, under the same roof. You already have under the same app, pretty much.
Versus paying like $150, $160.
Dude, something. That's what Peacock is. Peacock's like you can have all the other apps plus ours in here. So, Xfinity's trying to, get everybody's like, yeah, we know you're getting away from us, but come on back.
I do like that. Some like my mother and my stepfather are they're old school. They still have like DirecTV and stuff, and there's definitely a place for that. Like I'm thankful to have people that are still paying a cable bill in my life because I can use their sign-in to get like ESPN for free and HBO Max for free. Thanks, Mom.
I would admit that on the internet.
Hey, thank you, Mom.
Thank you for
Like every time I watch TV, it's almost like through them, and I think like, what are all these streaming services I'm paying for when I'm basically just logging in with this DirecTV thing, and then I'm like pimping it out to other people that I'm like, hey Hunter, you need my brother. I'm like, you need a login. I'm like, I got Mom and James information. Here you go. And I mean, they don't care. That's what they're paying for, I guess. I mean, you can put it on as many as you want, but.
Yeah.
Got like family in Texas using it. It's like,
hey man, I got that Paramount Plus.
I'm like, hey bro, yeah, I got that. Hey, maybe we could sell them on the street. Like people are kind of like you're dealing like dope and stuff. Back, you could be like, hey, I got that Paramount Plus username and password, bro. But it's gonna. I mean,
Well, you know, or you really get the money though.
I got that on the cheap.
I got that Pornhub Premium, bro.
Oh, I got that on the cheap. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
that prestige. I got
It's
that
not- I mean-
Pornhub prestige right there, buddy.
yeah, I mean, you just get like $20 a month, $20 a year or something, and then do it with 500 people. That's a lot of money.
You get to see the full version of Help Step, bro. You know. Yeah, I don't think anybody's really acknowledged that that place has gotten pretty it's not the Pornhub's not the same place it used to be, man. Because all of a sudden it just goes back to help me step, bro. I'm like, why is this a thing now?
I don't think any people are really rocking.
What happened to the
that
good
many-
days when you just get on a bus with your friends and bang
Yeah,
people?
Yeah,
we didn't have to have a big. I didn't really need a big storyline back in the day. I mean,
I
I'm
didn't
thinking
need much. I didn't.
There
need-
was a distraught woman that needed help, and she was on the streets, and we just so happened to drive down the street and see her, and she was like, "Hey, I'm just trying to get to the bus station down the street," and they're like, "Hey, bro, we can help this lady out. We can give her a hand and get her to the place she's trying to go, the destination she needs to be. She's trying to get back to her family.
trying to get
Let's
that's-
give her a hand
I like
and a
that.
drive back to where she needs to go." And she's like, "Thank you guys. I'm so appreciative for what you do, and you're great American human beings. Let me ride your penises." And it's just like, man,
pretty
Is
sure
it like
there-
that? Was it
that's
like that?
that's just the American way. I feel like that's true patriotism.
You're omitting
Like,
the fact that on that bus they're also like, here's $3,000, play with it, you know.
Yeah, you made it sound a lot more wholesome than I remember. I started thinking wow.
It's a full
man.
house of porn, bro.
like-
Yeah.
No shit.
It's a dynasty.
I started reminiscing. I was thinking man, things were simpler back then. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of sad that how things have gotten so off
Have
kilter.
yourself a Pornhub country day. Dude, those Bluebell ice cream commercials, that guy's like, have some warm cinnamon with some vanilla ice cream.
Those commercials, actually, that's a hot button issue for me. I don't. Those fucking commercials trick me, and I always think what song is this? Like is this a new country artist? And then I'm like, oh, it's a damn Bluebell commercial.
It's
I would have turned it a long time
They
ago. if
literally
I-
use the same artist for 25 years or more. And I'm like, is this guy the guy that does the commercial?
Bluebell country day.
Yeah. Grandpa's ice cream and moonshine, memories on the farm.
Milking cattle every day.
I would buy that
Gotta
guy's
get
album.
along.
I kind of you guys are reminding me of all these hits that guy said. That's amazing.
Bluebell Jams 2008,
I mean,
It's a compilation CD of all their radio.
that's what I call Bluebell, Volume 7.
Blue Bop 7,
Blue Bop 7.
What's this? Well, it's a combination of all the ice cream commercials, all combined into one mega mix. We're bringing it to Coachella.
It's make a techno version.
Yeah.
Have a beat drop.
There's a rap version of it, dude. The old man's spitting bars and shit, I didn't know we could do that.
It's like,
No, but
what would it be like if we were going to have the beat drop?
Driving to the city and I got my ice cream.
Have yourself a Bluebell kind of dirt.
let the ice cream drop.
That's dumb. That's so dumb.
We went dubstep for.
I love Bluebell ice cream. I also like taking copious amounts of ecstasy and riding this wagon around out here in the middle of the desert.
Everything's so soft. And this ice cream is so velvety and creamy.
Why is there all the Bluebell ice cream man just sees all this ice cream on the ground and he starts crying, because he's just like, it's such a waste of ice cream. No. It's wasted on you.
It's wasted on you. So I know that we're going to obviously speak about Christmas maybe more, on the next podcast. We kind of be the Christmas episode, but my kids have really one thing that I've been able to keep them involved in is playing board games and things. And that's something I always try to do every night. So I was
Are
at
you just
Target.
owning your own kids at board games every night, being like, I'm the best?
You know what? there are times where I have to bring her down a peg, especially my daughter, because she'll beat me at like Guess Who or something. She's good at these games. I mean, she is. But they're like, and then she'll like talk some shit, like she'll talk like mad shit, and she'll be like, "You're bad at games, Dad." And I'm like, "Okay, well, like next time we play Uno, you're gonna have to like draw 4, draw 2, take a skip, Uno reverse." You know what I mean? I have to lay the smack down from time to time.
Dude, I remember we played Uno all night at your apartment one time. It just never fucking ended.
Like, we planned on going out.
Reverse.
Like, because I remember we were going to go to the bar, and then we started playing Uno, and it was like, it turned into like 3 hours of playing Uno.
Like,
we didn't
intense competition.
Yeah, we just like stayed there and got mad at each other.
It was some pretty. Yeah, it was like, all right, no, rematch.
Kind of like Matt and his asshole ways playing fucking WWE on fucking N64 and shit.
And I knew you were going to bring that up. You're so predictable. You're so predictable. You're so predictable. Because I knew you were going to bring that up, because as soon as we started
Who bashes their best friend's face in a fucking steel cage multiple times in a row to win a match?
Matt does.
I mean, I didn't feel like it was illegal. I felt like, I mean, that's part of the game, and I realized that it worked. I realized that I found something that worked for me, because I was having trouble beating you, and I slammed you. I shot you into the Hell in a Cell, you know, and then you kind of laid out, and then I tried to go for the pin. It didn't work, so I did it 5 times in a row, and I pinned you. And then what did you do, Mark? Did you handle it like a man, or did you leave my house and not talk to me for like 3 days? Like, he literally, I beat him, and he was just like, fuck this, and he like in a huff, he like got his shit and just left, and then I didn't hear from him for like 3 days over Raw versus SmackDown.
Oh man,
that's big.
Is that an old?
And
I think that was the precursor to the buckle escapade.
So you were still harboring those feelings.
N64, yeah. Is that what that was really about? It has nothing to do with the buckle. It has a lot to do with N64.
That makes a lot more sense now. Why he was so mean to me that day. I didn't know that. But he's still harboring those feelings. You still bring it up. I knew you were going to bring it up the minute we started talking about games. I knew you were going to bring it up. But I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, because I had to do what I had to do. I had to get that victory, because you've been beating me like for a long time. All's fair in love in WWE Raw versus SmackDown 2001.
2001. Oh, that's the one thing. Uno, pretty much 2-player fighting video games. I mean, it's the precursor to ending or starting friendships.
Oh, they bring out the worst in people. These games.
Yeah, man. I used to get pissed off when my brother would beat my ass in Mortal Kombat all the time. I'd be like,
"Oh
fuck."
my gosh, absolutely!
I sucked at Mortal Kombat.
We still play it. We still play it. Halo plays it.
That and Soul Calibur.
Tekken, I will fucking destroy everybody.
Oh,
GoldenEye, I will destroy everybody.
You don't want to see me on Tekken. You don't want to see me being Lee on Tekken. You don't want to see that. Lee looks like Prince, and I'm always Lee because Purple Rain. Yeah. So but I mean, you don't want to see me as Lee on Tekken, Mark. You don't want to see that. So I was at Target looking at like video games, looking at like board games that I could buy for the kids maybe for Christmas, and I came across the Maury game. Have you guys seen the Maury You Are Not the Father game? That's a real game. They sell it at Target, and it's the Maury Povich show, and apparently you either get deemed the father or not the father, and if you get deemed not the father, you win. And I'm gonna buy it.
Only in America can we just like monetize and monetize paternity shows.
Like, I know that people aren't gonna be able to see the picture, but I'll show you guys the picture, because I mean it's just absolutely unbelievable.
Uncle Stan, you're the father. It's like.
Uncle Stan's like, "Oh, I'm always the father."
They're all laughing about it.
Here, let's see.
I can't believe that Maury Povich is still like, listen to me, I'm still relevant. I'm like, dude.
You are not the. Look at that big old cheesy ass smile too. Dude's a cash cow.
It says
cash cow. I know people can't probably see that, but that's Maury. You are not the father. I mean, look at that big old
It says-
face, a big toothy grin. It's
Yeah.
$16.39 at Target, and it's got a 5-star rating. People love it, and I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna bring it here and make you guys play it.
Yes, please do that.
I want all of you here so we can play that. That's gonna be amazing.
Well, hopefully they can use that in court because
Yeah. Well, on the game, it said he was the father.
You are not.
I'm gonna resurrect fucking Cochran from the dead, and then you just be like,
If the condom doesn't fit, you must have quit.
I don't know if that's how that would work. Big Mark.
the
Big
mother
Mark.
said he had the typical Trojans, but he had a Magnum.
He had a Magnum, Trojan Magnum. No, but it said in letters on there, you'll love this game.
You'll love this.
When the box has to tell me that I have to love something, I'm checked out on it. I'm like,
You'll love it. You'll love it. You're gonna love it.
That's what they said about avocado toast, and I'm like, I don't like avocado toast.
I just want to play it, and then if I win, I'm gonna do like a backflip off the table, like in true Maury Provich.
I told you,
fashion.
bitch.
I told you, you son.
I told you was the daddy.
Do like a cartwheel combo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can I? If it turns out that he's not the father, can we do that thing? Can I? Is there an option to run in the back?
Absolutely, yeah.
And run from the camera.
We'll sit the couch at the end of the hall, and you can run back there and cry, and then like Maury will come and I'll be Maury and come and console you, and be like, well, you can come back.
Maury.
We'll test the other 9 dudes and see if any of them were the father. You can come
other
back.
9 dudes.
You can come
In the
back.
story of 15-month-old Shaquina.
That's racist. If you weren't black, that would be racist. Shaquille.
Matthew, you are the father.
I did see that episode though, and I was not the father, but
Matt.
Shaquille. Jesus.
I can't think of any random name.
You should be ashamed. But, I mean, I'm not saying that that's never been a name on there, but I'm saying that you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, let's read it. Rewind.
Oh, is that how that works? You need to lay off the nog. you little nog. There's a little nog.
And the tale of 10-month-old Tabitha.
Oh, okay. Now he's trying to get a
Jacob,
white-
you are not the father.
Oh, he's trying to make it like a white show now. Listen to him. Tabitha and Jacob.
Who names their kid Tabitha?
You are a
these days anyway?
dirtbag. What a dirtbag.
That's what.
You're out of control.
You know these old names that you hear, like this is Gertie and this is whoever. I'm like, who's naming their kids that?
Here, Mark, let's make it all inclusive. In the case of Lin Chi, Wang, you are not the father. You are not You are not the father, son.
Super. All right, that was actually racist.
Unfortunately, you are the father, son.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that either.
Oh, no.
No. You guys just shut it down.
I mean, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm doing like an old sensei,
Pointing out that it's not racist makes it more racist.
There was like Maury was like the fucking he was like doing the whole shit for like the Ninja Turtles. And like
Yeah.
Master Splinter was like on
That's all
there.
it
He's
is.
like in the case of in 6-month-old Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. Master Splinter.
You guys
You're
were-
not the father. And he's just like, fuck these kids.
You
I
guys
don't
were,
want to teach them the arts of martial arts anyways. Fuck those niggas.
You guys remember that? Remember when they actually had the turtles going like Sally Jesse or whatever it was,
yeah.
and the kids were like sitting there watching them like they're in the audience and they're like, so you guys got any girlfriends or whatever like that? And they talked about I tried to get with April, but she's not into whatever species relationships or whatever, and those kids are just staring at him like, the turtles are here, and they're talking about fucking April.
I mean, April did take kind of more of an interest in all of it than you would have expected.
I think she was more into Raphael than she was into anybody else.
no.
Well, I mean, because she likes that power tough. You know what I mean? He's tough. You know what I mean? Like
I
he's
think
kind
she's
of
kind of conflicted because in the first movie, she was like, oh yeah, I'm sponging Leo's back with a
well, because he's the leader, and you kind of like that until.
Or was it Leo or was it Raph?
It was Leo. Wait, no.
One of them got their ass handed to them, and they
Well,
had
that
to
was
go hide.
Raphael. He has ass handed to him.
Yeah, when the cave went under, or not the cave, the sewer, their hideout got set on fire by the foot. Is that what happened to him? Was it Raph?
Yeah, it was rough.
Maybe that's why he's so angry, man. He's kind of got some anger
Well, you know,
issues, Raph.
Casey Jones kind of made it even more angry in the second one.
That's weak, man.
I mean, you're sitting there minding your own business. You go watch a movie, and then all of a sudden, like, Casey Jones hits you with a cricket bat.
I mean, you're not going to be pleased about that.
Is it cricket or crumpet?
Cricket or crumpet, you know, yeah.
Cricket or crumpet. I thought Casey Jones was a hockey player. I might be way off, but
Oh, he had a hockey mask in the show. Yeah.
And he had a hockey
that's
stick.
confusing.
Well, you had like all these like his beatdown instruments were all like sports related.
All just like
A
It was
baseball
like you did
bat, he had a
kind of
hockey
obscure.
stick, he had,
cricket bat, you know.
cricket bat.
a cricket bat.
Those cricket bats are pretty thick, man. I mean,
They are.
You could beat someone to death with a cricket bat.
Wait,
if
did
you
somebody say
wanted
thick? No, I'm joking.
to. Somebody
Big
say
Mark
thick.
over there with his head in the gun.
I like him thick.
Well,
Yeah, man. Like
well,
oh well.
oh, well.
Oh,
Oh, well.
oh.
That boy ain't right.
Whack it off my tool shed.
Those are the boys that have been whacking in my tray. My dad used to tell me, and I'm very offended by this. My dad used to tell me, "Oh, if they ever had a live action Beavis and Butthead, you could be Beavis." And I'm like, "That's not a compliment. That's a rude thing to say." I mean,
Those are the boys that have been whacking off my tool
I did do a pretty good cornholio back in the day, though. I will say that.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
Throw my shirt on my head
What's
and
that?
get weird. I'll tell you guys a story about that off camera.
You know, it's always funny because, you know, Mr. Anderson, who you were talking about, the whacking off in the tool shed.
Yeah,
That was like the precursor to Hank Hill.
absolutely.
Like,
Same voice. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't really get. Like,
Speaking of rest in
Mike
peace,
Judge.
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany
Oh
Murphy.
man, that's a long time ago. Big Mark kind of coming with a.
Well,
Well, she was Luann, right, or Leanne, or Luann.
It's Luann.
Luann.
Yeah, they actually were talking about, because, you know, they're revamping Beavis and Butthead now for MTV, kind of making them more modern and stuff. You know, I'm like, oh, that's all fun and great, guys. I mean, but, you know, Beavis and Butthead was what it was. It was in the 90s. You know, just leave it there. Why can't you just re-continue King of the Hill?
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, how many years was that? The King of the Hill was out. It was like almost as long as The Simpsons felt like for me. I mean,
There's a lot. It had to be at least 10,
what, like
10 to 12 years.
96, 97 is when that thing started. Around the same time South Park did.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
I was actually telling the kids about that today in the car. I picked them up from school. I was going today. But I was, but I told them I was like I was doing a song with them. And I said,
Butterfree, no.
I was like I told them I said. Bee bye bo, bicky bye bay, and I was like, you know where I got that from? She's like, where do you learn that? Like, what are you doing or whatever? And I was like, oh, that's from Rusty Shackelford on King of the Hill, Dale Gribble, man. Bee bye bo, bicky bye bay, and she didn't like it at all. She was like, stop all that.
Stop all that.
Yeah, she was like, that's enough.
That's enough.
And then
Dad.
she tricked me today. Like, I gave her $20 to go to school for the book fair, right? And I was like, don't.
She gave her that
spend.
damn Loch Ness monster, didn't she?
Trying to get. Goddamn Loch Ness monster.
I just gave 3 video last week.
But I.
You stop giving that damn goddamn Loch Ness monster $3.50.
Like, no wonder he keeps coming around here. You keep giving him $3.50. But he, but so I give her the $20, and I say, hey, you know, try not to spend all of it. Like, I mean, if you do, you do, but try not to spend all of it. You
I
know,
just want
how
to
many
buy some
books do you need?
posters of the book fair.
Well, she comes in, she gets in the car, dead serious. Like, I mean, stone faced, and she's like, Daddy, well, I spent all that money. I mean, I didn't get any change back, but I only bought one book. She's like, and I bought, you know, a couple of little like toys or whatever. I'm like, well, I mean, you spent $20. You only got one book at the book fair. I mean, how expensive are these books? And then we get home, and she gets all of the stuff out and gives me the receipt and my change back. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I was just messing with you. I was just playing with you. And I'm like, you look dead serious. Like, I don't know if she forgot or if she was like shooting on
You
me.
got
Like,
you an actor on your hands.
maybe
now.
a little actress on my hands, which is not good. I don't want that at all. Yeah. I don't want her. I you know, if it's
It was
gonna
little
be like
bro who
that,
set the fire, Father. Little bro.
little boy is he's a sweet little guy, man.
Yeah.
He's been very easy compared to the sassiness that I got from the sister to start. But
No, you know,
I got 2 good kids. So I'm very blessed for that.
yeah, they're all little angels.
Little angels, as long as they're yours, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with anybody else's kids, except for maybe y'all's kids. You know what I mean? I take care of y'all's kids, but only my family's kids, man. Only
You
my
know,
family's
if
kids.
you're watching Touched by an Angel, you know, it's a little bit of something that's always going to be around.
You know, that's how you test your real.
Somebody watching talk about watching Touched by an Angel. I know I like how Mark's trying to act like he's not a huge fan of Touched by an Angel. Like he's trying to get ahead of something like that.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like he's pushing. Like kind of feels like he's forcing that a little bit, doesn't it? Because, Mark, as you well know, it's about time for the Touched by an Angel Marathon. And I know you've never missed one of those. And after that, Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman's going to come on and soothe you while you sleep. So,
Give you a little bit of that
I hope,
and
Mark,
exposure.
I truly hope, Mark, that you keep watching Touched by an Angel and that you enjoy it and that you get your tee-hees and your tee-hoes and you get your nums. And you,
I don't know if I'm into Touched by an Angel anymore. I'm going to watch
Oh,
some
you're
Xeno Warrior Princess.
you're an absolute
You love
liar.
the moral fiber. Go watch your
You're
show.
a liar. Hey, this is the holiday season, Mark. I know good and well that you're even more into the Christmas miracles that are Touched by an Angel.
Christmas miracles.
I know that you're enjoying all that.
You know.
I know that you're enjoying seeing the trees and the lights and somebody changes how they were.
You know, shooting your own eye out with your own dick. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, while he's watching it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
What
nothing
if he wasn't talking about the Red Ryder BB gun?
yeah, nothing
Shoot your
gets-
eye out, kid.
Nigga, shoot your eye
I'll
out.
be jacking off my tool shed.
Be jacking off my tool shed.
Nothing gets
Some of the
Mark
boys
going
have been
like,
working off of my tool shed.
I love Beavis and Butthead Do America. That was a great movie. I watched that a million times. I watched
Mike
it.
Judge, you're a genius.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah,
that
man.
at a far too young of age. Just like
You know what's
Mark
crazy? It's
started
like-
watching Touched by an Angel at a far too young of age.
Did you ever watch any interviews with Mike Judge? He
Oh,
sounds
absolutely.
just like Butthead.
Yeah, he definitely
He's
has
like,
a little butthead tone
He's like,
to him.
yeah. You know, he's got this very.
You know who looks like Butthead? Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan looks like Butthead. Like if there was going to be a live action Beavis and Butthead, I could
wouldn't
be
tell
Beavis
Luke
and
Bryan that, but I'm pretty
Luke,
sure.
yeah, Luke could be Butthead. Everybody look that up. Go to Google and type in Luke
Compare 'em.
Bryan Butthead, and it'll come up. I've seen it many times, and I always get a laugh.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I've enjoyed my time with you, and I know Mark's got to get to the Touched by an Angel Marathon. I don't want to keep him, and Maddie Boyce has got to go load up on some more BioFreeze. So
Yeah.
I guess so long, farewell.
Until we meet again.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll
Everybody
see you
take care
next
and,
time. Yeah.
The next episode, a very special family bathroom Christmas.
Ho,
Thanks,
ho, ho.